Hello friends, I'm using a different laptop and I got a new strategy. So we've learned from last time. Oh, by the way, hello friends, enemies, Russians, etc. Countrymen, Romans, lend me your ears. Oh, and software engineers and Western digital technicians. And anybody that's out there that's watching this that's interested in importing user list files to manage multiple users and their shares. So last time, or last many times for the past month, I've learned many things like using a spreadsheet is a convenient way to manage the import file, because then when you copy it, let's see if I can copy it. Let's see. Oh man, how do I select? I have to hold it here and then hold control down all the way to here. Oh, boy. Hope it's still there. Oh man, I can't seem to hold it. There. Oh man, there. Oh, let go. No, I can't. Oh shit. Ah. I'm trying to. Okay. I don't know. I hold down the control key. Oh man. Oh man. Is it the shift key or what? I got it at one corner. Then I hold. Maybe it's the shift key. Oh yes, it's the shift key. Then control C. Oh shit, this is something wrong. Won't work on multiple. Let's see, escape. Let's see. From one corner to the other. There's the other corner. It won't stay. It won't stay. Okay, onto that corner. Shift. Did it do it? Yeah, I think so. Now control C. Okay, I have it copied. So I'm gonna get I'm gonna open, let's see, get over here. I'm gonna open this one. Control A selects, and then V pastes. And I'm gonna call it FA import user list stage 2. Stage 02, because there may be more than 10 stages possibly. No, I doubt it. Okay, but I want to save stage 1, and so I go to here, stage 1. Here's stage 1. I'm gonna copy it. It's a it's a smaller stage. Let's see. Control. No, shift. And there we go. I got it selected. Then Control C, and then open that, or look at this one. Then select all, and then paste, and then save it as stage 1 instead of stage 2. Okay, now I'm ready. So I know that stage 1 works. Oh man, it looks different. Oh, okay. Maybe that. I'm not able to, but I know it works. It looks like it doesn't go all the way to the, not enough characters from here to there, so it wraps. So for example, I can show you, like when I go with my right arrow key from this, looks like the end, but it's not, because when I go right arrow, it goes to over there. So that's a tab. See, from here to there is a tab, because I use the right arrow, and it goes to that one, and then the left arrow, it goes back. So there's a tab there, and so this is the actual end of that line. It starts with Alvaro, it goes like that, and then comes back. That's the end of the line, because then when I go with my right arrow, it goes to the next line, and goes. Oh, did you see that? Those were tabs. Then when it gets to this end over here, and I go tab, it goes to the last part of the line. So it's hard to follow there, but on the spreadsheet you can see it better, what it looks like. On the spreadsheet, they're separated by columns, so you can see that it ends, ends in that column that handles the quotas. So let's see here. Yeah, this column A handles the username. This handles the password. This is blank, but it's supposed to handle the groups. And this column handles the shares that this user has complete access to. They can read and write to these. Then this one is read only. They can only view. And this is totally blocked from view. It's like private to them, or access denied. They can't see what's inside, and they can't. So if they can't see it, then they can't even edit. But this one, going back to the E column, which is the read only, they can't write to it. They can only view. So this is the column D is the one with the most privilege. Likewise over here, this is the stage 2. Let's see, column D is that one. So what I did in stage 2, so basically stage 1 is only 2 users, Alvaro and Carlos, and then 2 special folders, the fin and the ops folder. And then so 2 and 2, but then they're repeated as shares. So Alvaro user has an Alvaro share, Carlos user has a Carlos share, fin folder has a fin share, ops folder has an ops share. But the actual users are gonna be these two, Alberto user and Carlos user. The rest of them are gonna act like shares. Except that these that are named folder are going to be private to certain people. Okay. And the others are share means sort of public, but they're not quite public, semi-public, or read-only, read-only shares. So the difference between stage 1 and stage 2 is that I've added 3 more users. See, and 2 more folders. So here it goes. And their shares. That means 3 more users, you get 3 more shares, that's 6. And then 2 more folders, and there are 2 shares, that's 4. 6 and 4 is 10. So it goes from 8 lines to 18 lines, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, there it is. 18 lines. There they are. So I know that stage 1 works, and I unless something is really mistaken in my calculations or something has changed. If I go to where's Western Digital? Where is Western Digital? There it is. If I sign in to let me refresh. Man, do I have internet? Yes, I do. Then why is it taking so long? Okay, exit page. This happens sometimes when I haven't been in it for a while. So maybe I just should close it and start all over again. So I gotta type in the IP address. It's a local IP address, static. In this network, office network. Let's see. Why is it taking so long? Wow, maybe the NAS is shut down. Well, because I got internet. That may be a problem. So I have to check to see if I have the NAS, which is called N1, on the network. Maybe able to see it here. No, not here, but here. PC. This PC. Let's see. Maybe this computer doesn't have access to it. Maybe I'm supposed to use a Windows 10 Pro kind of computer. Let's see. Let's check in here. Oh, maybe I have to. File sharing is turned off, so I'm gonna turn it on. Okay, so. Whoa. Into N1. I'm gonna change the name to N1. Damn. I was able to log into it earlier today on this computer. I'm gonna just close that page and type it in again. 192. Now it looks like it's gonna load quicker. Still. Oh. Okay, I got the password in there because I had saved it. So I'm gonna change the name from that long name to N1. So N1. Apply. Changing the name, device name may cause some established connections such as drive, blah, 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 to require reset. Please check and reestablish. Okay, updating. That's something I forgot to do. Oh, maybe it's because I formatted the drive and I lost that. Oh. Okay. Let's try again. Let's see. 1, 2. Oh, I might be able to just type N1 in there. Or maybe you have to put 2 backslashes. Oh, man. Wow, did you see that? Oh, it logged in automatically. But yes, this is N1 that I'm logged into. I can check again. In general, it should say N1. Yep. And okay, I'm in, because I have another one called N2. Okay, and look, I have deleted all the users that I had been playing with. And in the shares, there's none there except this one. That kind of a default, can't be deleted. And this one shouldn't be deleted. That's the admin. Okay, so I'm gonna import users. So here's how you import users. But before that, I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna import. I'm gonna import that list, which is which I got from the spreadsheet. This one, stage 1. Stage 1, I copied from here to the other corner and pasted it into this file called import user list stage 01. So here's where I import it. I go right there, add multiple users. Do you see that? There we go. Add multiple users. Okay. Import users. Didn't do anything, but you hit next and it will give you a place where you import. Out of habit, I always check that. But the first time when there's nothing there, you don't need to. Okay, so I gotta go find where that file is. I think it's in here. Yes, stage 1. I put it in there. Hitting open attaches it to it's attached right there. And then next we'll load it. Nothing's happening. It's odd. Okay. It's unusually slow. Okay. Create multiple users. Loading. Damn. Why is it slow? Is the internet? Could be. Let's see, what internet am I using? No, I'm using the office internet, the Wi-Fi. Office Wi-Fi. It should be faster than it is. It's around 20 megabits per second download and maybe 5 upload or so. About as good as a 4G LTE. Okay, so here they are, the 8 lines, and I can check what's going to be imported. See that for that first user is Alvaro. They don't show the password, but the group name is the second column. The third column is read write. The fourth is read only. The fifth, wait a minute. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. There should be 7 parameters. That 2000 means 20 gigabytes, or that's not 2000, that's 20,000. That means 20,000 megabytes, or 20 gigabytes. So that's the first user, and I could go out with each one, but if there were any errors, like something is not correct or is being warned, like maybe you put in some parameter that's not found in the other parameters, it might show an error there. So I'm ready. I'm gonna apply. It's updating. It's importing for real and following the instructions, creating the users, and it won't set up the parameters the first time through. Whoa, look at that. It's you could say it's configuring, or you could say it's what is it, partitioning? Not really partitioning, but it's sort of like that. Okay, so it created the 2 main primary users, and then this one and that one. It puts everything in alphabetical order, but in my file they aren't in alphabetical order. And then it the users, let's see, maybe you have to, let's go up. This is the admin this is what the admin sees. It says that the admin is not being allowed anything. Maybe I should set everything to read write for the admin. And now the first user gets read write access to his stuff, but cannot see his fellow user. That makes sense. And then his fellow user, I'll look at his stuff. It kind of jumps back down. But his fellow user, likewise, but the opposite way, his fellow user Carlos can see his stuff, but can't see his fellow user stuff. And then all the other so-called users. I want them to be denied access. But notice that these are kind of invisible. So for that reason, we're going to have to do this twice. And let me show you the shares. The shares, you have to look at it differently, or think about it differently. About share. A share is an area for storing files. So even though we created a user by this name, it also creates a share by the same name. So it's being treated like a share, even though it says user. So that share, the user by the same name has read-write access, and everyone else is denied access. That makes sense. But take a note. Alvaro share, I want Alvaro to also have read-write access to it. But there's some people that I want them to have read-only access. So when I click on this, oh, did you notice this went to public? So when something is on public, you can't see because it's public. Anybody can read-write to it. So there's no sense in having this accessible. So that it's stuck on public, so I would have to move it over. Here's the other user. See, the other user is just like the first user. It is the publicness is turned off, so that means you can fiddle with this manually. And so that was Carlos user share is you could say is controlled by Carlos user because it's got read write, but and everybody else is denied access. Okay, but look again, just like Alvaro share, there's Carlos share. They're both public, and that's not what I want. And it looks like everything else is the same. It's not what I want. But no worry, because if you run the same file twice, then it gets fixed. So you need 2 passes to get it fixed. I've discovered. There's no documentation on this. It's through trial and error that I figured this out. So that's the same file that I'm importing with the 8 users that I don't see. There's again the same 8. I apply. Oh, wait a minute. When I uploaded it, did I say rewrite? Okay, let's see. Oh, the admin looks different now. See, they all went to access denied. But now there's the important one, Alvaro user. Now see, look, it looks more interesting. Ah, okay. Do you see now? Before it was like everything was denied access except Alvaro user. Now it's more like interesting. It's all over the place, kinda. That means that Alvaro user, I want Alvaro user to have complete access to these shares. This one, and this one. I want him to have complete access to Alberto share, to ops folder, and to ops share. Ops means operations. So Alvaro is like a project manager, engineer kind of guy. So I want him to be able to read and write to the ops folder and ops share. So, but talking about Alvaro still, so you gotta look up here and look, see Alvaro user. But for Alvaro user, the share, Carlos share, I only want him to have read-only access. This column here is read-only. I don't want him to be able to write or to delete anything in Carlos share, because Carlos share is managed by Carlos user. So Carlos user will share something to Alvaro in that folder. So I have to put it here, because if I put it there, then Alvaro could delete stuff from Carlos. If I put it there, Alvaro couldn't see anything. Now, and then over here is another one like it. FinShare, that's financial stuff that the finance department will want Alvaro to see. Maybe it's, they say, I don't know what it could be. Maybe a financial statement that we want Alvaro to take a look at. So we put it there to everyone take a look at. So it's put as a viewable in FinShare, finance share. But if I put it here, then Alvaro could mess it up, delete stuff. But here, well, he can still download stuff from here. But here, if you put it here, it would be, if you put it here, it would be like Alvaro couldn't read it. It would be blocked, because denied access is this column. So this denied access, this one's denied access. So I don't want Alvaro to see what Carlos user has. So he's got it there. I don't want Alvaro to see what's in Fin folder. So all this is correct. And let's see, Alvaro share. That's user Alvaro share. I don't want Alvaro share to see anything, so that's correct. But Carlos user is like the complementary of Alvaro user, so it's interesting. I want Carlos user to manage his stuff and his shareable stuff and his finance, the finance folder and the finance share folder, because several people are going to be able to have read-write access to this one and this one. The finance department, you could say. And we're still looking at Carlos user as the user. So, and then there's this one and this one that are, there's this one and this one that are also shared, but in this case it's read-only. So that means that I don't want Carlos to write to that one or to that one. That's managed by Alvaro. This one and that one. So that's why you have it as read-only. Read-only. The I means read-only. Okay. Got it? Any questions? Okay. And this one is like Alvaro share. Carlos share has no access. And Fin folder has no access. So all the users that have no access is because I'm actually going to use them as shares and not users. Okay. So, oh, and now we're going to look at the other area is shares. Go into shares. That's a share view of what's going on, right? So we select a share. That's confusing though, because the name Alvaro user is a user, but in this case, it's a share. So who is going to control this share? Or think of it as a folder. Who's going to control that folder? Alvaro is. So you look down here, and this shows the users. So there's Alvaro user is controlling. You see, that means it's complete control. Read write. See, read write. So that means Alvaro user, that's the real user who logs in, is going to have control of Alvaro user share. Even though they have the same names, but everything else is denied access for that share. For that for this share. It's confusing though, but I'm in the share profile. I'm looking at Alvaro user as a share. And then I see that the only person that has access to it is Alvaro user. And that is what I want. But on the other hand, I do want certain people to see, to read only, to view what's in Alvaro's share. And who are they? The only other user that will have read-only access to it at this time is Carlos user. These are users in this case. And all these other users with denied access, I'm denying access to them because they are not supposed to see anything. Because I'm denying them because they function as shares instead of users. So because this folder and this folder are actually going to be used as shares, I have to make sure that they're not used as users. So the best way to deny these shares to be users is to deny access. That's what I've done here. But why is this one full access? It says Alvaro user. Because that's Alvaro share. That means that Alvaro user has access to Alvaro share. In the same way, when I select Carlos share, it shows that Carlos user has access to Carlos share, but Alvaro user has read-only access to Carlos share, the one up here. So that's the difference between looking at users and shares. Users is a user view, and shares is a share view. So they get flipped around. But when you look at shares, the shares end up here and the users down there. And then when you look at users, the users end up here and the shares down there. So you have to flip things around from a different direction, different viewpoint. So I wonder if you're convinced that the import file worked. Well, I could look at it from a spreadsheet point of view. So this is the file that I imported, and it says that I want these users to be created with these passwords. But in actuality, I only want these users to be working as users. The rest are actually going to be shares. But I discovered that to add them automatically, I them as if they were as if they were users. So I have to give them passwords. So I give them all the same passwords. But then later, I want to deny them access to anything. And as you can see, this first column is for read write, this one's for read only, and this is for denied access. So these from here to here have been denied access to everybody here. There's the 4 folders denied access to. But I want Alvaro user to have access to Alvaro share. So that he's right there. See Alvaro share? Alvaro share. Oops. Oh. Hope I don't mess anything. Alvaro user has access to Alvaro share. There's Alvaro share. Oh, there's Alvaro share. Alvaro user has access to Alvaro share, to ops folder and ops share. Meanwhile, Carlos user has access to Carlos share, Fin folder and Fin share. Now it's redundant to. It seems like it sounds like it would be redundant to say Alvaro user has access to Alvaro user, but I worked on it and figured that it works that way. I could test it without that to see if it works without it, but I want to do that another day to just to be sure. But I think because it works that way, I'm doing something that seems redundant, because when you create a user, it automatically gives read-write access to the share with the same name. But I put it in the read-write column anyway. So that's why we have Alvaro user here and Alvaro user there. But when you put a share or whatever in one column, it shouldn't appear in the other 2 columns. Because this is the read-write, this is the read only, and this is the denied access. So it might mess things up if you put the same thing twice. I mean the same thing, yeah, the same thing twice in one column. It shouldn't matter. But the same share appearing in one column and in another column, that might cause problems. And maybe it'll go to the one with the least accessibility. So if you put something in this column and the same thing in this column, it will decide on this column. I'm not sure. I'll have to mess around with it and see what happens. Because it might be good to know for troubleshooting purposes. Maybe I've run across something like that before, but I forgot. Or it didn't seem to bother. I don't know. I'll have to trust. I'll run through it again. So this column is very wide. It's got a lot of information for these because I'm denying access to everyone. Everyone. In other words, if someone were to log in this way, like enter username ops folder, password like that, they wouldn't be able to see anything because everybody else is denied access as folders. All the folders are denied access. Okay, so in this column here, this G column, that one is the that represents the quota, and that can be verified over here when I select. Is it here? Yeah. Alvaro user gets a quota. Gets a quota of 19.53 gigabytes. I didn't type that in. I wanted 20 and it gave me 19. That's close enough. I didn't have to do that manually. It was in the file. This column is for quotas. To get 20 gigabytes, you have to put, I've discovered, you have to put 20000. That represents 20,000 megabytes. And then the colon, and then a 0, and then a colon and a 0. That's just placeholders for. I think that the next number would be for placing what follows after megabytes, kilobytes in size. So you would place kilobytes in the next number place, and then the last one is for just bytes. But the kilobytes and bytes is so small compared to megabytes that you leave them as 0. I have to verify that.